Hello everyone, my name is Erin Crittenden and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see, we did away with the idea of a podcast. I figured we're going to go big or we're going to go home. So I figured out my video situation and we are now a YouTube channel. I might still put the audio up on Spotify. I haven't decided yet. We might just do away with Spotify because the idea of a podcast was good to start. But that's not what I want to be. I want us to be able to see each other and to interact and to have a great time here. Plus, I would like to do visuals eventually, so I can put visuals over here or over here as the whim strikes me. So, we are now a YouTube channel. It's awesome. I'm very excited. I think I figured all of my technical stuff out. As you can see, video is looking nice. You can see my face. Hopefully the audio will be working as well. I have it running in the background. And my background is a curtain. Or actually it's a tablecloth. This is the tablecloth I use for my live in-person events. So we're getting our money's worth out of it. But that's to say, this is the start of a new era. I'm going to be posting more videos. I'm going to try and up my scheduling. That way I can do a video a week. We're going to see how that works. I don't know if it's going to work out yet because I got a lot of other stuff going on in the background. But we're going to try because I would like to post articles on Monday, creative stuff on Wednesday, and then maybe a video on Friday. It'll round us out and it'll be perfect. So to start this shindig, we're going to redo the first episode of the podcast. If you've already listened to it, this is going to sound familiar, but we're going to take it a step further by we're not really going to add some visuals, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see what happens in post. This is all a new experiment to see what works. So let's see what happens. Now again, you might have heard this episode before because it was the first episode of Beyond the Page, which is not the name of this YouTube channel, by the way. This is just the Erin Crittenden YouTube show, or the Erin Crittenden YouTube channel, or the LadyErynn YouTube show, where we're working it. But it's basically just YouTube for the blog. That's what it is. That's what it was always meant to be, and that's how I'm going to advertise it and promote it from now on. So there are articles online on my website where I kind of introduce myself and what I do. And the podcast episode, the first one, was an introduction to where I got the name LadyErynn. And that's what we're going to revisit today, since we have visual now and you can see my expressions and you can get a little more in between the lines. So when I was a kid, I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled from second grade through high school, and I loved it. I don't have any regrets about being homeschooled because it let me learn at my own pace and it let me learn what I wanted to learn. But I didn't get a lot of the public school experiences that some of my other friends did because I had a lot of friends that went to public school. One of those friends had a knight come to her school. I think it was to talk about chivalry and the knight's code and something along those lines. But during the process of this event, my friend got knighted, like genuinely knighted. And I also wanted to be knighted. I thought that would be so cool to be a knight. And I know that if a woman gets knighted, you're technically a lady. So she knighted me in the bathroom of the church that we were both going to. And I officially became LadyErynn. But I didn't use the moniker LadyErynn until I was well into an adult. And this is probably going to date me a little bit, but it was when my husband and we got our first Xbox. It was an Xbox 360. We had it, we were setting it up, and we needed gamer tags. You know, something that could grow with you as you played games and as you got, better at your hobby. I was trying to find a name that would fit with me, that would help me grow. And I typed in LadyErynn for the first time, because I was thinking about, being a lady, and it fit. It fit. I really liked the sound of it. I liked what it could accomplish. So that became my gamer tag. And it is, to this day, still my gamer tag on Xbox, on Steam, on Blizzard. Any account that I have, there's a good chance that LadyErynn is the name that I used. How did that turn into my bookish name, though? That's a story. In 2012, I think it was, my husband and I bought a bookstore that was going out of business. It was a terrible idea in hindsight because we lost a lot of money, but we did learn about the book industry, about running a business, about what it took to create a business. So there were a lot of valuable lessons there, but it was also not something that was very profitable in the long run, unfortunately, because I've always wanted to open a bookstore. I've always thought that was a great idea. And so when I learned that our local bookstore was going out of business, I jumped on it and I was like, hey, what do you think? We ran the bookstore for about a year and we ended up having to change locations once, which really kind of hurt our business. But part of it also was that the town that we live in, even though it's a college town, it doesn't really support like small businesses like that, especially not bookstores. So at least they used to. Now we have one and it's doing fabulous and I'm a little jealous of it. But back then it wasn't a thing. So there were a lot of days when I sat around and did nothing. I could count inventory, I could play some music, but I didn't do anything, worthwhile. So I started book blogging because I was surrounded by books. I read all day. It was amazing. But I started a blog. I started my first blog, which was LadyEryn's Honest Reviews. And I would read books and then blog a review about it. And that got me into the indie world, the indie publishing world, because a lot of indie publishers need those reviews in order to get sales. And it's still like that to this day. Like a book review is like the highest possible way you can help. So the bookstore led to my blog, which led to the indie community. And I did pretty well. I started out blogging book reviews, and then that turned into some freelance editing, which I liked editing. I liked being able to help people achieve their dreams and kind of clean up what they have. But it burnt me out real fast because deadlines, and I'm a weird type AB mixed personality. So I like to be on time and I like to be organized, but I don't want to be rushed. I want to be able to do it in my own time. So having all those deadlines and everything really just burnt me out on editing. But I stuck with the blogs and I did attempt YouTube at one point, which some of my old videos will still be on this channel. They'll just be tucked away in its own little category. So if you want to go back and see some of the other stuff that I've tried, that would be fun. One of the videos on there is as I'm getting my chemotherapy treatment. So you get to see where everything goes. And it's really, it's tough for me to watch now, but it's very informative. So, but that's how LadyErynn became my namesake. That's how LadyErynn became the brand of my business. And I don't use it so much anymore as a title. My website and everything is under my own name. It's under Erynn Crittenden. And that's because I firmly believe that if I'm going to take the time and the effort to put this content out there, it's going to have my name on it. But I still like to use LadyErynn as the umbrella because LadyErynn.com has been my website for forever. And I don't plan on changing that anytime soon. And again, all of my tags, my gamer tags, my YouTube tags, all of those have LadyErynn in them somewhere. So that is really where the origin of LadyErynn came from. And Now she's growing. I'm growing my empire. She's part of the E Squared Media Creations, which is my LLC. Shout out to businesswoman trying to create her empire. But that's where it all comes from. It stems from my childhood, and something I never would have thought about back then has become a huge part of who I am today. And it's going to keep being a part of me because that's what I've decided to center my creative endeavors around is LadyErynn. So that is the first episode of this YouTube channel, the new and improved YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everything works out okay. We'll find out in a minute when I go to put it all together. Let me know what kind of topics you want me to talk about. I'm going to keep to the topic list that I had made for the podcast. So we're going to get some games up in here. We're going to get some interviews. We're going to get little snippets about me and about some of the stuff that I like aside from all the poetry and the writing. And I can't wait to see what happens. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.